Morris, excuse me a moment.
Yes, Jessica?
We got a hunch that someone may have hidden Susan's collection of crystal nearby.
What? I don't see how that would be possible. You're welcome to have a look, though.
Morris, I'm afraid we need to talk.
Talk? About what?
About how you killed Susan Gander 2 years ago. The crystal you've hidden here confirms it.
What? I loved her. We were going to be married.
You used one of Susan's candlesticks to bludgeon her to death. The same one you dropped one of your cigarette butts in. Afterwards, you burned Susan's remains. But you didn't think to burn the cigarette butts that proved you were there.
You took both candlesticks away with you and later sold the pair to Chris Lamar. You intended to sell off the crystal too, but never had the chance.
You lied when you said that you left the house after you argued over your engagement, didn't you, Morris?
Yes, I did. You see, I knew that Susan wasn't making up the story about the treasure in her house. We met here at the library, and she told me all about it. It was worth a fortune. I never had much money my whole life. Anyway, I became close to her and convinced her to marry me. But she never trusted me enough to tell me where the treasure was hidden.
What happened the night of the argument?
I'd pressed Susan to tell me the location of the treasure. That was a mistake. It roused her suspicions, and she called off the relationship. She even threatened to go to the police and have me charged with fraud for tricking her into marrying me. I couldn't let her do that.
So you kept her quiet with a candlestick to the head?
I was in such a fury. I didn't know what I was doing. Afterwards, I was horrified at what I'd done. I had to hide her.
Is that when you decided to try and burn her remains?
It seemed like the safest thing to do. And to make it look like she had left town, I collected some of her belongings and threw those into the fire as well. Then I bricked up the fireplace so no one would find out what I had done.
And the treasure, did you ever find it?
No. As far as I know, it's still in that house. Somewhere. But after what I'd done, I never set foot in there again.
Sheriff, I keep thinking about that picture of Susan and the way she's standing. What if she's trying to tell us something? Let's see. In the photograph, Susan is standing approximately here.
She's pointing at the floor, here.
Right. But what if she's trying to indicate an area of bricks in the fireplace, and not something in the foreground?
The mortar has been chipped away on these bricks.
looks like Susan had her life savings hidden here.
Yeah, and when Morris here burned her body, the heat from the fire must have ignited the bills and burned them right inside the box.
My greed made me do this to Susan because I wanted this treasure. But in doing so, I destroyed it instead.
It sounds like poetic justice, doesn't it?